guys, welcome back to the channel. So for our next installation video, we are going to be doing the Polaris rear view mirror and a rugged radio, full radio setup with handheld, external speaker, antenna, the whole setup that you can get. So we're doing this on our 2021 Polaris Razor Trail S Premium Edition. So I'll take you over and I'll show you what each item looks like. So right here we got the Polaris rear view mirror, and then we got the rugged radio 25 watt GMSR two-way radio. So it's a full setup there. It also comes with the extreme waterproof external speaker. We got the universal antenna mount. We also have another handheld with mic. So we're gonna get these guys installed. So stay tuned for that. First things first, we're gonna get the rear view mirror set up and we'll be back for that. Okay guys, so we're inside the cab of the side-by-side. So we got the rear view mirror. So here, we might need a light. Okay, so this is the type of bracket that comes on the Trail Premium. So this is brand new for this model because we don't have that on our Trail 50-inch, our 2016 model. So this is something new for this year. So it'll help us put the rear view mirror on a lot easier. So I'll hold this. So Sterling pretty much got, it comes with these little metal clips that you put into the hole right there, right there. So there's two. There we go. So we got those right there.
And then it's a 5mm Allen wrench for the bolt, for the Allen bolt.
And it looks like the bolts already come with Loctite on them.
Yeah.
So for the rear view mirror, this piece here actually swivels. So when you take it out of the package, it's actually facing the opposite direction. So you would just...
Yeah, they had it like this.
So for our case, for mounting, you need to flip it.
Pull it out and then flip it.
And then... we got the one started, and now we'll get the second one started. And we're installing the rear view mirror first before the radio setup due to our plan is to mount the radio up on the roof. So we wanted the rear view mirror on first, so we knew exactly how far we can go over so it clears the mirror. So we're just gonna get these all tightened and we'll be back. Okay guys, so we got the rear mirror all set up. As you can see, It's all bolted down. So that part's done. So now the next part we are going to do is we're going to get the box for the radio portion. And our plan is to most likely mount it in this area up here, someplace for easy access. You'll see a lot of people mount it down here underneath the storage box, but we don't want to do that. So our plan is to mount it up here. So we're just gonna check this out, this space out, see if it will work, and we'll be back. Okay guys, so we figured out how we're gonna mount the radio box. So pretty much we are gonna, do you wanna grab the light? So pretty much we are gonna mount the radio box in the dead center. So it's gonna go roughly about right where we marked the chalk. Do you wanna just put that up there just so it's on camera? Now, due to the roof being rounded, the screen will point up some, but we're okay with that because we won't be staring at it while we're riding. But roughly, it will roughly look like that. So it'll just sit up like there, pretty much dead center. Okay, you can take it down. We already, because that part has a power wire that has to get attached. So we actually are gonna run the power wire down this way, and we already have a fishing line wire actually that goes up through the piping and it comes down. So we'll hook the wires actually to this and pull it down so it comes at the bottom down there, as you can see, right where Sterling's pointed, and that'll go underneath the dash to the pulse bar. It also comes with the antenna wire, which is right here. The antenna wire ends are way too big to get underneath our bracket the way we wanted, and it's definitely too big to go through the holes for the frame. So we actually just took the screws off of the parts of the roof, popped this up, and we actually are just gonna run the wires behind the screws so it keeps it up here. So we already kind of wired the antenna wire, so it's going to come out here, sit up here, and hook to the radio there. And then it's going to come this way. It'll work its way along the frame, so we might have to zip tie it up here or however we end up doing it. And then we have it going to hook behind the roof bolt up here. And then we're going to end up fishing it either down the roll cage and across like this against this bottom bar here, and then back up. And then we have two other ways that we might mount it yet. Either back across and we mount it to the bar, or mount it to the roof, but we haven't decided yet, so we'll let you guys know about that. But right now we are going to get the bracket for the radio part mounted up here. So pretty much we're gonna connect all these lines. Do you want to get the light? We're gonna connect these lines to make a perfect square. And then we're gonna measure where the holes are for the bracket for the radio. As you can see, there's a bracket on the radio right there. So we're gonna take that part off. We're gonna figure out where the holes will go, and then we're actually gonna drill holes into the roof and mount the bracket. Then that bracket will stay, and then we should be able to mount the radio and figure out the wires and then fish the wires through. So we're gonna get to getting this finished marked up, and then we'll bring you back once it's all marked up. Okay guys, so we got the two holes drilled out. I would have videotaped that, but I had to hold the light and hold the roof down at the same time since we unbolted the front part, so we needed pressure. So we got the bolts cut out for the bracket. So as you can see, here's the bracket. So we put the holes right in this area here, the middle, right where my finger is, right there and right there, so the dead center of that. So pretty much it would sit like that. So we're gonna see about getting this mounted and we'll be back. Okay guys, so we got the bolts all mounted. So it's from the roof. So Sterling will show you from the roof side. Those are the 2 bolts that we drilled through the roof. Mounted right to the CV. So I got those. So now we're gonna take the radio here and we're gonna attach the antenna first. That way, because it makes it easier to attach to this part. And then we're gonna put this up there and then mount it to the bracket. So we'll be back once this is mounted. Okay guys, so we got it all mounted. As you can see, so it's fully mounted. As you can see, it points upwards like we said, the roof, just the way the angle of the roof is. This is how we had to mount it, which is fine because it has an on-off button and it'll always be programmed for the same channel, so that'll work fine. So we got that part. So pretty much the next part we got to do is mount the external speaker. So the external speaker will actually plug in behind it. You can see the little door thing that we opened. So you have to use a flathead to unscrew it and then the door part opens. And then it's just a regular plug-in. So we got to run that. So we're actually going to mount the external bracket back here behind the seat and drill into the roof. And then the external speaker will be behind the seat. And then we're going to run it down the roll cage down here. And then it'll go into that hole where we have the wire hanging from to fish the other wires through. So we're going to fish that one, plus the wires for here. We're going to fish them down the pole, down the front bar, and then into the dash that way. So that'll be the next thing that we work on. So we'll be back when we get that all situated and ready to start. Okay guys, so we have the bracket mounted up there, if you can see. It's there. So now we're going to install the speaker so you can see what it looks like from there. So we got this external speaker here. We have it plugged in already to the back of the radio so we know where the plug wire goes and how far it's going to reach. So we're just going to mount the speaker onto the bracket, and then we can figure out. You gotta move that light. The speakers just screw on with twist knobs, and then you can angle it to whatever angles you want. If you want it straight up and down, facing down some, and then you just tighten them. Put it right there.
It's as tight as I can get that side. As tight as I can get that side.
So we have the speaker mounted. You come take this. So we started fishing the wires and zip tying them to the bars since we can't go through the frame. So we have it all hooked up here. We got a zip tie right here. Here's the fuse. This is for an intercom, so we're just going to put a cap over top of that because we don't have an intercom. So we got it here, and then this is where it hooks for the power wire. So we got zip tied here, hook that up. We zip tied it in the corner here, zip tied it again here, since the power wire is then going to go through the hole that's in the frame, and we're going to fish it down. And then the speaker wire, which is also hooked to the back here, runs behind this. And we ran it across here, put a zip tie here, put a zip tie here, and then we got a zip tie back up here. Along with this zip tie, we also attached the power wire for the speaker. So that's zip tied there. And all the excess speaker wire we just wrapped up here. So the power wire for the speaker, zip tied, ran it along here, zip tied it here, here, and then it's zip tied under here, and then we're just gonna wrap it to go through the hole. So we still got to, because this wire isn't long enough, so we got to attach extra wire for this to make it a little bit longer. And then we're gonna fish that with the power wire for the box through the hole, down the bar, and then out the bottom there. But I believe before we do that, we're going to work on the antenna wire. So we got to zip tie it and bring it all the way back this way across, because there's a lot of wire, and we will eventually mount it back here. So we got to figure out where we're going to mount all the wires. So that'll be the next step, so we'll bring you back for that. Okay guys, so we got the antenna wire routed. So routed up there, routed into the corner here, and then we just have it zip tied along here, zip tied to the corner up there, and then it goes across behind the speaker. And then it's going to come down that bar, and then we got it across here. And then we're actually going to mount an L bracket right here. We're going to mount an L bracket right in that area there, where the bottom of the antenna goes. So right now, Sterling's just seeing what size hole we need to make on the L bracket that we bought, because the holes that come with it are too small. So we just gotta drill a hole a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I gotta do 3/8 hole.
So we're gonna get that drilled out. And then we also got to trim the L bracket because it's a little bit too long. So we're going to trim that. And next clip should be us mounting that. We'll be back. Okay, so we got the bracket all situated. We cut it, drilled the extra holes, and then mounted the antenna. So that's what it's going to look like. So fits perfectly, just had enough slack to be able to plug it in. We are going to take this and we're going to paint it black to match the rest of the frame. So right now Sterling's just going around and closing off the zip ties completely and cutting off the trims. Since we know exactly how it's going to get mounted now, we're just going to mount all these zip ties, so we'll be back. Okay guys, so we got the ends of our wires taped to our fishing one that is already through the hole. So Sterling's going to pull these through and I'm going to fish them, and hopefully we'll get them to come out that hole, and then we'll see on the next clip. So we got the wires fished through the bar, we got them through the plastic, and then we got them fished through here. So we got one of our pulse bar adapters. If you guys did not watch our previous videos of installing the rocker switch for the winch, the new 2021 trail models now come with pulse bars instead of your regular bus bar up at the top. So it automatically comes with stock 3 pulse bar things, but you have to get the adapters if you have regular wiring. So we just got a 3-pack off of Amazon for like 11 bucks. I'll list all our parts that we're installing in this video in the description below. So we took off our pulse bar adapter. Comes with black negative wire, a red positive wire, and then a blue accessory wire. So we dry fitted right now, so we got the power wire for the box attached to the power wire and the negative wire to the negative wire. So since the radio box itself has an on-off switch, we'll just constantly have power to that. That is fine. Now the speaker wire has a negative and a power, but there's no on and off switch. So we decided to take the wire that we attached to the speaker, run the negative to the negative, and then the positive we ran to the blue wire, which is the accessory. So the external speaker will only turn on when the key's on. So that works well for us. So if the machine's not running and you had to use your radio, you can still use it because you don't need the external speaker. But while we're riding and it's loud from the engine and the exhaust and all that stuff, we wanted the external speaker. So that'll run when we're on the trails and the machine's running. So we just dry fitted them for now. So our next step, we are going to test it out, see if it works. Hopefully all our wiring worked fine and we got everything situated. But it is getting late. It's almost 9 o'clock actually. So we're gonna call it a night for right now, and we'll be back tomorrow. So the next clip for you guys will be us testing it out and then actually putting these wires together. But for us, it'll be tomorrow. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so we're back. It's the next day. So we left off with dry fitting the wires. So right now we're just gonna start actually putting the connectors on the wires. So we already have connectors on the pulse bar adapter. So the power wire is already fully connected. We just got the connectors on the auxiliary part and the negative part. So now with this thin wire, which goes to the speaker, we got to do the positive part of that to the blue for the accessory port. So the speaker will only turn on when the key's on. And then the black, we are going to tie in with the radio box black. So there will be 2 wires that go into the negative, and then just the power cord right here that's going to go into the blue cord of the pulse bar. So we're going to get that all snapped in and we'll be back. So we got the wires all hooked up, so everything is clipped, we zip tied them, everything's ran. We didn't like how the wires, because there was extra wire right here, so we wanted to get and run it behind the plastics here. So pretty much we had to take off the black dash part, and then underneath the black dash, the blue plastic's actually bolted down right here. So we had to loosen that to lift this up so we can actually run the wire behind the blue plastic, and then we just ran it down to the frame bar underneath and just zip tied it to there. So pretty much the radio is now all hooked up. So it's hooked into the pulse bar here. This one going back in the middle.
Yeah.
This is just the winch remote pulse bar attachment. So we moved it from here to here and put the radio one there. So we're just gonna snap that one back in. So now our wiring's all done. So we're just cleaning up the plastics a little bit that were underneath the black part. So next we'll probably do a test ride so you can see what the radio sounds like and make sure it's all working. So we'll get the remote and the mic and all that stuff set up and we'll be back.
Okay guys, so we screwed in the mic into the radio here. It twists in right here. And then this is the mic. And then to turn it on, there's a round button up here. You can hold it. Then the numbers will come up. And this is the volume. 15 is the loudest. Now we're on channel 4. So now we're going to try and see if it works. Can anyone hear me?
Testing, testing. Unmarked Trail Raiders representing.
So now that is the sound of just the radio coming over the speaker inside the radio. Now we hooked the radio directly up to the battery. So you always have to make sure that you turn it on and off. Yeah, the main power for the radio is hooked up to the pulse bar. And then we have an external speaker back here. And that you need to run the hot wire and hook that up to a power source. So we have that hooked up to a key. So now you'll hear that go off.
Testing.
Loud and clear. So let's turn all the way up on the radio. 15 is the loudest it'll go. And then to turn off the radio, you just hit that round button again.
So since Sterling showed you how the radio works and everything's hooked up and the loudness, so next thing we're gonna do, we are gonna mount the mic to the roof of the machine real quick. So if you just want to hold this, I'm gonna go get the light. There's the light. Okay, so the one thing that's cool about this setup, it actually comes with a magnet already. So it comes with Magic Mount by Scoshi, I think that's how you pronounce it. We've actually used this brand of magnets before. We've used it on Bootlegger to hold a tablet, because we run a small tablet that I've used to play music, and we run it in our bottom part that's open on the 2016 trail. And then we use this exact brand. And let me tell you, that thing held that tablet through rocks, mud, all kinds of stuff. Tablet didn't even move. So we definitely recommend this brand. It works well. So it comes with a magnet, and then pretty much the magnet will sit on here, and then you stick this part to the roof. Sterling is going to show you that this magnet is actually really strong. So you definitely, I don't know if you can hear it, but you have to give a good pull to get it apart. So I guess Rugged gets sponsored by this style magnet, which, like I said, we recommend because we've run these magnets before. So pretty much we're just going to get this all situated. So Sterling's going to figure out where he wants a magnet for when he's driving. And then it comes with a wet wipe so we can clean the roof. So pretty much he's just lining up the magnet on the back of the mic and then just figuring out where he would like to mount it that's easy for him to reach while driving. So he's going to figure this out and then we'll be back. So we got it mounted. So that's where the magnet sits. So it's about halfway onto the roof. And then we just have to hook it on. Easy as that. So it just hangs down some, but like I said, the magnets are pretty strong. That thing's not going to fall down.
Yeah, they ain't gonna bounce off.
So at least it's in a position where he can just grab it while riding, talk if he needs to, and then put it away. That way it's out of the way. And if we're both in the machine, it's in the middle, so if I have to answer or whoever answers, it's easy to grab. So pretty much the whole thing is done now. We got the mic mounted, the box is mounted, the wires. We'll put the plastics and stuff on later. We'll probably keep this off for our next installation that we're going to be doing. The antenna goes back here. Right now we're actually painting the L bracket that it's going to sit on. So the L bracket is going to go on this part right here, and then the antenna just will sit right on top of it like that. So pretty much that's really all it needs. So overall I'm pretty sure we're done installing the radio. But overall wasn't that bad. Do you have any thoughts or words for the radio? It's definitely loud.
Yeah.
So it meets your needs for that.
Yeah, we'll have to try it when the boogie's running. We'll have it turned all the way up, and then we'll have the boogie running.
Yeah, if you haven't seen our previous videos, one of our, I believe it's the video prior to this, we installed the new Trinity exhaust, as you can see right here, and let me tell you, that thing is loud. So we definitely want to have a loud speaker so it can hear over top of that. Other than that, pretty much I don't really have any cons for the radio setup. Do you have any cons for installation?
No, it's pretty easy. Pretty straightforward.
Wish we could have ran the wires all through the roll cage, but this machine itself doesn't have a lot of room and holes to be able to fish it through, so that's why we had to run the wires along the bars and zip tie, but we can live with that. Other than that, I think we're pretty much done. Anything else to say? You good? You're excited? You're happy with your installation?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna end this video. So pretty much that's the installation of the rugged 25-watt radio setup. I'll have anything that we bought for this in the description below. So hopefully you enjoyed the installation video. Hopefully it helped if you were looking into doing this radio on any of your model of machines. Stay tuned for more videos. I got a couple more installation videos we're gonna do for this machine. Please subscribe, like, share, and come back for the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.